What's up? I'm Hugz. That's Sam. Welcome to Hugz and Sam. Today we're getting into 7 Deadly Sins, episode 2. The last episode was really cool. Actually, I'm super hyped on this show. Wasn't sure what to expect from it at all. Never heard anything about it. And it's this like cool fantasy medieval, like there's freaking giant overpowered guys and like attacks that chop down an entire forest, and there's cool like swords that deal damage even though it's not like a regular sword. And then a kid who should be an old man that is still a kid. I don't know how that works. But this idea of the 7 deadly sins kind of maybe not being the bad guys, and that maybe the holy knights are the bad guys. If we look towards like Princess Elizabeth and the way she presents it. So like her dad, if she's a princess, wouldn't that be the king?
Yeah.
Because she said like her dad had told her stories or whatever about the holy knights. So I'm thinking then if it was the king who was saying that they were bad or whatever that is, there's a whole lot more behind this story than we know so far. But I'm loving all the characters. I love the talking pig. We got Hawk in there. We got a giant pig that apparently has a hat that is a tavern. But just a lot of cool tropes and stuff like that we've seen so far, and characters that have been revealed to us thus far. We still have 6 more sins to go find, and I imagine a swath of other characters as well. But let's go ahead, jump into it, see what's going down. Hey guys, a lot of these anime reactions have been getting blocked, so make sure to go down to the description for a reaction link, or you can watch a full version over on Patreon.
And
so that's the girl from the intro.
Going.
Yeah, that's the girl from the intro. The girl who gets super giant.
Yeah.
She looked normal. She looked normal size in that shot, but they didn't really like show a distance.
Yeah, you can't really tell what she is normal.
Again, I cannot stress enough how much I love this show.
Yeah.
It is so up my alley. It's got comedic value. It's got action. It's got like adventure. They're like off and just, let's run towards danger. I love that.
Yeah.
I love like the epic scenes of like just destruction. It reminds me of like, I haven't watched very much of Dragon Ball, but it kind of gives me a feel of like Dragon Ball Z or something.
Yeah.
Like just character style.
Yeah.
And I love it. This could easily become one of my favorite shows that we watch.
Really?
It's different but the same as a lot of things that we watch. Like there's different it's got the same like hero vibe, the underdog story with the princess and stuff like that, but it's just in a different way than we've seen before.
Right.
I don't know. What do you feel overall about the show?
I mean, I like it a lot. I like the overall story. It's a lot different than I thought it was gonna be. I freaking love that it's like a freaking boar hat. Like there's just like certain little things in there that I like really, really like. I don't know that I would say like it's like one of my favorite shows we've watched, just because we've only on episode 2, so it's hard for me to say a favorite.
Well, what would you say would keep you from saying that? Is there anything that like doesn't appeal to you, or?
I mean, no. It's just that episode 2. We've only seen 2 episodes.
Well, I'm saying just as far as like the premise of the show is what I think would make it one of my favorite shows, just because we haven't really had anything that felt like a kind of D&D vibe, that felt kind of like, I don't know, this magic and medieval fantasy, like Sword in the Stone style stuff. Like, it's just super cool. It's like fairy tales. Or the only thing that's somewhat similar but drastically different as far as like action and adventure part of it, Ancient Magus Bride.
Yeah.
Because there's the fairies.
But it's like, it's just different because like I like Ancient Magus Bride, like as far as like the magic and stuff like that. But like I'm not as big into like medieval like swords and stuff. But like, because like it took me a while to get into Game of Thrones, even just because like that's like not really my style of thing. And I guess that's kind of like why I'm like, it's not my favorite. But also, if anybody knows me, I don't like saying like, oh, this is my favorite show.
I'm notorious for that.
Yeah, and you say like everything is your favorite, like as soon as we start it kind of thing. And so like it's hard for me to just be like that.
I'm just super hyped on it. Like it's hard for me because I am one who, like, as soon as we get into something, I'm like, this is the best ever, this is my favorite, if it's something, like, I really vibe with.
Yeah.
Because, like, One Punch, Mob Psycho, like, those were super good. Attack on Titan, especially being the first one, like, that was amazing. And it's, like, it's hard to pick a favorite because everything feels like my favorite.
And then I feel like I'm sitting here saying, like, oh, it's not one of my favorites. And it's like, y'all might think, like, that I don't like it, but that's not the case, you know?
You're just trying to keep a premium on what you say is your favorite. I get that vibe. Because I'm the complete opposite. Like, people call me out and say, everything's your favorite every time you watch something. But it's just, I don't know. That's what I love about this channel is y'all have some segment of you, this is your favorite show you've ever seen. Like, of everything. Like, different books, things like that. You have your favorite thing that you're part of that segment. I just love when we get to share that. Like, you are giving us a piece of what you really enjoy. And especially when something connects with me like this, I just get so hyped on it.
Yeah.
And not every show is like that for me.
Up your alley. Like, as far as, like, the style
100.
and, like, the, like, swords and medieval stuff. They, like, passed a law in Texas where you could, like, carry a sword around, and he was like, I want to carry my sword, and it's just, like, that's totally him, so...
It is. Like, I think I find different pieces of things that I want from different stories. Like, My Hero was the underdog story I really enjoyed. And, like, it kind of gave me an X-Men feel. Like, everything touches on something that I've enjoyed in life. And with this hits just so many check boxes. Like, you say Game of Thrones, it's not like, you know, I don't want to compare it to Game of Thrones as far as, like, the crazy stuff that happens in Game of Thrones, but like that setting style. There's knights and kingdoms and stuff like that. Exactly, where I love that. I love what we've seen so far is the grandiose characters, like a giant pig that's got a dang hat. It's kind of mildly Harry Potter-ish, where it's got that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's mildly there's this Harry Potter element of I really enjoy, like, magic and mystical nature of things and stuff like that. And the difference of
and I love that, like, he could, like, sense the spear coming his way. Like,
like, that was super cool.
Yeah, it's like, I want to know more about where that, like, inner, like, feeling comes from. Like, are they magical, or is it just, like...
Well,
like, what
one
is
of
it
them,
that
I think,
connects
is...
them?
I was going to bring up the Knights of the Round Table. I don't know if you know anything about King Arthur, Camelot, or anything like that. But I think one of them was named Merlin, and Merlin was a wizard in the time of King Arthur, like, from the stories of King Arthur. And
didn't we read about this all in Britlit?
I think we read one of the stories from one of the knights, but I don't remember who it was that we read about. But anyway, I've always liked that. There was this cartoon when I was a kid that was, like, something about the Knights of the Round Table. Like, each person had, like, the emblem of, like, a animal that represented it. I don't remember what it was. I was really little. I've always wanted to find that show again, though.
Yeah.
But it kind of reminds me of this, and that's why I feel like the Seven Deadly Sins weren't bad, because of the way they were positioning everything. And now I'm like, I feel like they're going to be the ultimate team of, like, you know, just free-spirited, awesomely powered. I'm so stoked to see the rest of them. Like, I'm so excited right now.
Yeah.
If they'd had Pokemon, this would be like... if they had monsters that you, like, caught in a ball, it'd be number one.
You're too obsessed with Pokemon right now.
I am. I'm really hyped on Pokemon. Check out my Twitter. Check out everything. My trainer code is in there. Friend me.
The community tab on our YouTube channel.
Everything. Just hit me up. Pokemon, go and check me out. All right. Let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reactions up on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support. You really don't know how much it means. It means the world. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.